Good evening. A 13-year-old boy has been arrested on suspicion of wounding and carrying a bladed weapon after a teacher and a teenage pupil were attacked at a school in Worcestershire. Steve Clamp reports from Malvern.
The Chase School, set in the tranquil setting of Malvern, Worcestershire, was today at the centre of an investigation. At around 8:45 this morning, a male teacher and a 13-year-old girl suffered minor wounds from what's described as a long-bladed knife. A hunt of the local area then ensued for a 13-year-old boy, also a student at the school. Some 8 hours later, he was found.
Yeah, I'm very pleased to announce that earlier today, just recently, a young male we've been searching for, involved with an incident at the Chase School, has been found. He's safe and well. He's currently been arrested and been taken to Worcester Police Station, where we're going to be working with his family over the coming hours to provide the appropriate support, and also working with the school to make sure that the school can be open tomorrow for business as usual.
Throughout the day, parents who'd heard of the incident gathered at the gates to collect their children. There were mixed views on the school's handling of the situation.
It just seems organised chaos, this is. You know, we're waiting frantically and we're getting no further forward. So children's safety is absolutely paramount, and parents are distressed. And I'm sure the students who are left inside are as much as distressed as we are out here. So still waiting for second boy.
I've got faith in the school, and everyone's all been looked after and everything, so it's no real concern. But I just thought, since I'm here, I wanted to just take them home anyway.
Plans were immediately implemented to ensure that all students and staff were safe. The police attended the school promptly and have assisted the school throughout the course of the day, enabling our lessons to return to normal by mid-morning.
The wounds suffered by those this morning are said to be merely superficial, and the school will hope that after today's dramatic events, life returns to normal once they reopen tomorrow morning. Steve Clamp, ITV News, Worcestershire.
Coventry City Council has launched a recruitment campaign for social workers following the harsh criticism it received over the murder of a 4-year-old boy by his mother and stepfather. The case of Daniel Pelker shocked both the public and council staff alike. Now, a website has been set up to draw in what the council hopes will be the best candidates in the country. Andy Bevan reports.
4-year-old Daniel Pelker was starved and beaten to death in 2012 in Coventry by his mother Magdalena Wuczek and stepfather Mariusz Krejcilek. In July last year, they were jailed for a minimum of 30 years for his murder. Daniel's death prompted a serious case review which severely criticised every agency involved, including Coventry's social services. Now social workers in the city, many of whom were employed there when Daniel died, have gone on the record about the effect his death had on them. They're speaking out in a bid to fill 50 new jobs at the department.
I remember the feeling within the team, that tension. We've lost a child on our watch. What could we have done differently? I think the workers who were there at that time will carry that around with them for the rest of their lives.
The recruitment campaign, which is the result of £10 million being pumped into Coventry's social services, is called Do It for Daniel. The council leader says they're currently forking out £500,000 a month on agency social workers and urgently need to secure long-term permanent staff.
Coventry's heart was broken, and we promised Daniel a legacy that hopefully this would never happen again. And part of fulfilling that legacy is us employing those social workers that we desperately need.
The council says it's offering an attractive package to potential applicants, and the job descriptions say that for an experienced social worker there's a salary of almost £35,000 a year plus benefits, and for a principal social worker that figure rises to almost £50,000 a year.
Coventry is very vibrant.
The Do It for Daniel website has images of Coventry which aim to make it look an attractive place to live and work. The NSPCC declined to comment on the campaign today, but there have been posts by others on social media calling the use of Daniel Pelker's name insensitive, opinions dismissed by the council.
I actually think if we didn't mention Daniel, we would be seen as being dishonest. Look, we're being completely upfront here. There's no hiding place for anyone in Coventry.
Both Daniel's murderers have launched appeals against their sentences, which will be heard in the next few months. Andy Bevan, ITV News.
Members from the campaign group Hacked Off, including a former firefighter from Staffordshire, have been protesting about the new press self-regulatory body. Paul Dadge helped a woman in a burns mass to safety after the 7/7 bombings. He was among the group who call IPSO, the new independent press standards organisation, a sham. IPSO's new chairman says the new body will provide support.
We're responsible to the public. The public need a voice. The public need protection from those who abuse them. Where they feel they're victims, they need somebody to stand up for them. And the press need us as well. The press need us to re-establish their authority. Authority will only come with trust, and there will only be trust if there is a truly independent regulator regulating them.
Jaguar has unveiled its latest model at a glitzy ceremony in London tonight. The new XE will be built at Land Rover's plant in Solihull. It's expected to arrive in showrooms sometime next year, with prices starting from £27,000. Hereford United remains in business after being given another extension to pay off its debts. It's understood the club has agreed a settlement with former manager Martin Foyle. HMRC have now become the top creditor. The High Court has adjourned the winding up petition and the club is due back at court on October the 20th. Athletes from the region who are part of Team GB heading to the Special Olympics European Games met the Prime Minister today before travelling to Belgium. The Games, founded 50 years ago, are for athletes with learning difficulties. This year's Games start tomorrow in Antwerp, and the athletes met David Cameron at number 10 for a proper send-off. Blind runner and cyclist Dave Healy from West Bromwich runs marathons for charity, and he's one of the nominees in our ITV Pride of Britain Fundraiser Awards. Dave has raised hundreds of thousands of pounds and shows no signs of hanging up his running shoes anytime soon. Jane Hesketh reports.
Every step sends Dave into the unknown, something he describes as interesting rather than terrifying. He was inspired to run his first marathon when he got his first guide dog, which he says transformed his life. Since then, Dave has taken on gruelling challenges like 7 marathons in 7 days and the top-to-toe run and cycle from John O'Groats to Land's End.
People tell me I inspire a lot of kids and a lot of people, and you know, and it's all lovely. And that's just exactly how it started, and from there on in, I've sort of just loved the challenges.
A marathon for an able-bodied person is hard enough, needing physical and mental strength, but blindness brings a whole range of different problems.
When I'm walking with a guide dog, you have to have trust, and we work as a team, we work as a partnership. I have to wait for the pull or the shove, because if I don't react, or they don't react, and we don't move together, you know, there can be some serious accidents, so they are very important parts of my kit.
Dave organises his own training regime and sponsors and pulls together a team for support for every challenge he does. He's raised thousands for many worthy causes, including the charity Changing Our Lives in Hagley. They help people with all kinds of physical and mental problems to achieve their potential and not be restricted by their disability.
He happens to call himself Blind Dave, but he's never had that limit his life in any way. He's a carpenter. He's actually a great singer if you speak to him, and he writes poetry. He's an inspirational speaker. He's a fabulous father. He's a great fundraiser. So that's really being an all-rounded person with a disability. That's what we stand for as a charity.
Dave's next challenge is the toughest race on earth, a 150-mile run across the Sahara Desert in aid of the Albion Foundation. Jane Hesketh, ITV News.
A remarkable man, and we'll be meeting 3 other nominees for the ITV Pride of Britain Fundraiser Award on ITV News Central this week, and we'll announce the winner on Friday's programme. Now let's get the weather forecast from James Wright.
Good evening, hope you had a good Monday, nice and sunny, and hopefully more sunshine around tomorrow, though it is going to get cloudy from time to time, and tonight there will be a little more cloud around than last night, but still plenty of clear spells around. Light winds, light enough to see a little bit of mist out there, and lows not quite as chilly as last night, around 6 to 10 Celsius. Tomorrow morning, another fine start to the day, maybe a bit of extra cloud just floating around, but still plenty of lovely September sunshine out there to enjoy. And as we get into the afternoon, we're looking at highs of 18 or 19 Celsius, but that northerly flow of air might just keep the temperatures as high or as low, depending which way you look at it, 15 Celsius for the likes of Staffordshire. More cloud around during the middle to late part of the week, but as we get towards Friday, hopefully things brighten up a touch and temperatures hover around the mid to high teens, 19 Celsius by Friday, and not so chilly at night. Sleep well, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
And that's all we've got time for tonight. As always, updates on our stories on the website, itv.com/central. But for now, from the late team, good night.